Finding gluten-free bread, buns, bagels, let's be honest, anything bread like that actually tastes good can feel impossible. And pumpernickel, that's completely off the table because it contains rye, barley, and wheat. But not anymore. Today I'm making Un-Pumpernickel Bagels, my gluten-free take on that deep, rich, slightly sweet classic flavor. Using my go-to flour blend and a few key ingredients, I recreate that signature pumpernickel taste in a bagel that's soft and chewy on the inside with a crisp outer shell. These bake up dark, golden, and bakery worthy. Your family will swear you made a secret trip to a famous bagel shop, but they came straight from your oven. So, let's roll up our sleeves and get right into it. And I'm going to show you how to make these two different ways. The first way is using Frankie's gluten-free all-purpose flour blend, and we're going to put the flour right in there. And we're going to add some instant coffee granules and some cocoa powder. And this is the secret ingredient. This is ground caraway seeds. That's going to give that wonderful flavor of pumpernickel. And we're going to add our yeast. Yes, we're adding the yeast right to the flour. Because we're using the yeast mostly for a flavor enhancer. It is going to help the bagels rise and develop a little bit in improving themselves, but it's mostly just in flavor that we're using it. And then we're adding our salad oil. And our tepid water. And I'm going to mix this right up until it's really well combined. So I beat that for about 60 seconds, and you can see it's a really wet batter or dough. It's more like a thick cookie it's more like a thick muffin batch or muffin batter. And the reason for that is gluten-free things need to find something to take the place of the gluten. And so when you're making bread, making it a little bit wetter than what you would normally expect generally helps it to rise. So I'm going to scrape down the sides. That's good. Now I've got a large ice cream scoop or portion scoop, which is really what you want to use for making bagels like this. And then I've got little pieces of parchment paper, which are about the same size as the scoop. And then I'm just going to scoop these. Right onto each parchment paper piece. There we go, that's the last one. So we got 7 out of that. Next, what you want to do is you want to wet your hands. And I'm keeping them quite wet. And I'm going to flatten them down to about 2.5 centimeters or 1 inch. You might be thinking, wait a minute, there's no hole. Well, that's coming. Okay, and then you take a finger You insert it in, and you wiggle it around. And I need wetter fingers. Show it again. All right. So over at the stove, I've got some water that's close to boiling. I'm going to add some corn syrup. If you want to add molasses instead, that's fine. You just need something to color the water just a little bit. Honey works. And I'll give that a little stir. There we go. So it's boiling. So I'm going to add a bagel or two to my boiling water. And what I'm waiting for on this is I'm waiting for them to float to the surface. And it normally takes about 60 seconds for them to float to the surface. Or not, maybe they won't float. Well, either way, I'm going to flip them over. Oh, this one's coming up already. Okay. Come on. I'm going to flip them over and then almost immediately take them off. Oops. They're slippery. Take them out of the boiling water. And I'm going to add a little bit of caraway seed just to accentuate that flavor. And we're going to repeat the process. So I'm just going to set these aside. And we're going to do up the second batch. And it's very similar. I'm not even going to wash the bowl out. And I'll just get all my ingredients over. You're probably noticing that it's very similar already. So I'm going to put in, this is a bread mix that Frankie's makes. And they've fine-tuned the bread making process to simplicity. You don't have to knead anything. It's just the mix, oil, and the water. And then you mix it all up. You don't have to worry about yeast. You don't have to worry about baking powder, if there's baking powder or salt or anything like that. It's just that. So that's cocoa going in there. And there's instant coffee for flavor. And the ground caraway seed. And then our water. And we'll beat this up. And we're going to do the same thing. So I'm going to take this off and scrape the paddle off. Oh, this feels really silky smooth. The bread mix is higher in protein than the regular all-purpose flour blend, so you get a little bit more benefit for using it. There we go. And I'll scrape down the sides. Okay, and I'm just going to reuse these. That's the last one there. Looks like we got 7 again. So I'm going to wet my hands. Just flatten them again to 2.5 centimeters or 1 inch. Okay, wet my hands one more time. We'll get some holes in here. There we go. And then it's just a matter of popping them into the boiling water again. So I'm going to let those proof for about 10 minutes, and then they're going to go into my preheated oven of 375 degrees Fahrenheit or 190 degrees Celsius for about 24 minutes, or until they're crispy on the outside and soft and chewy on the inside. So we'll see you in a moment. These look amazing. They took 26 minutes in my oven. Your oven might be different, so do take a look at them from time to time. And just, oh, they smell so good. Nice crisp outer edge. I want to see what they're like. So this is the all-purpose flour side, and this is the bread mix side. And really, when I pulled them out, I was like, huh, they both have dimples there, and like they're all very similar as you go on. So I'm going to slice this one in half. Let's see. Oh, look at that. Oh, it's missing the hole. Oh, it smells really good. I'll give it a try in a minute. I want to, let's go with that one. Let's see what that's like. Oh, that's nice too. Nice dense crumb. Oh, that smells good too. Okay, now's the moment of truth. You got to try it. Mmm. Mm-hmm. Mmm. I'll try the all-purpose flour one. Mmm. It's nice and chewy. That's so good. I can't wait to have one of these for my lunch. If you're looking for the recipe, you can visit glutenfreeguy.ca. Thanks for watching.